Hey everyone, Craven Comics here, back with another pickup video. There's a little light this week on new comics from New Comic Book Day, but I also have a few back issues that I went through and picked up, and a couple books from another trip to Second Charles. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so obviously starting off, we've got Ghost Rider issue number 3. Picked that one up just because it's a really cool cover. I haven't really been following Ghost Rider recently, but still a cool cover to go with. I got the Moon Knight number 1 facsimile edition. Now, I have Moon Knight number 1 from the Fist of Khonshu limited series that came out, but I never had the original Moon Knight number 1. Plus, I have several West Coast Avengers that he's in. But I wanted to get this one, so I grabbed the facsimile edition, just for a couple bucks there. It's a cover price. Just to have it, it's cool cover artwork. I have a few facsimile editions, so I decided to get this one as well. It's kind of interesting though, on the inside, there's a warning that they put on that there's negative depictions of a certain type of people that was wrong then and it's wrong today. But they decided to include it anyway for discussion purposes or something like that. I forget exactly how it's worded, but I just found it kind of odd and honestly just unnecessary, because I read through it and there's really nothing in there that depicts any particular group of people in a wrong way. So I don't know, I mean, maybe Frenchy because he speaks with a French accent, but he's French. Maybe because they call him Frenchie. I don't know. There's really literally nothing in there that I can see that would contrive a warning like that. But whatever. Moving on. I also picked up Scorched, the Spawn series, Team series, issue number 6. I'm thinking I'll probably go to issue 10 or so, and then I might stop on that run. But still decided to get this one. Then I picked up X-Men 92, House of XCII. I got issues 1 and 2. Issue 2 just came out. I grabbed issue 1 as well. While I was there, I really liked that variant cover on issue number 2, which is one of the main reasons I picked it up. Now, from what I understand, this is a retelling of the House of X story, which admittedly I never read or got into. I believe that came out just as I was getting back into collecting comics, and it just wasn't a title that I picked up and grabbed. So I haven't read the original House of X, but this is supposed to be a retelling of that story set in the X-Men 92 era, kind of the animated TV series area. And it's supposed to have a few twists and turns compared to the original. It looks interesting, so I picked it up. And of course, the House of XCII is a play on House of X, and also XCII is the Roman numeral for 92. So that about does it for the new comics from New Comic Book Day. But while I was there, I went ahead and grabbed some back issues as well. I picked up an Amazing Spider-Man issue 88. I believe that's the first appearance of Queen Goblin. But anyway, I'm just starting kind of filling out the run on that Amazing Spider-Man that I've got. And then I did get a relatively big key issue while I was there. I went ahead and picked up X-Men number 4. This is the first appearance of Omega Red. I have issue 5. I never did get 4, so I went ahead and picked that up since they had it sitting there behind the counter. I said, what the heck. Also going through the back issues, I already had this one that I'm going to show you right here, the Return of Wolverine issue number 1. That's the one I already had, but I went ahead and picked up the rest of the series, and along with it, I got an alternate cover, variant cover for issue number 1 that I really liked. This is, of course, where Wolverine gets his heat claws, and it's following the death of Wolverine and the hunt for Wolverine. Interestingly enough, this cover art, this artwork right here, is the very first panel on the first page of this book, but it doesn't show up in this book, which is interesting. So I just found that a interesting thing. Now, the cover artist on these is McNiven. On all of these, I believe, is McNiven. But for whatever reason, there's issue number 2. For whatever reason, they switched interior artist. McNiven does the interior art on issue 1, and then they switched to a different interior artist for issues 2, 3, and 4, with McNiven still doing the cover arts. And then it was issue 5 where McNiven comes back to finish the interior art. So I'm not sure what was the reasoning behind that. It's a little odd to see the difference in the interior artwork from one issue to the next, but yeah, I mean, that's what they did. So that's all 5 issues of the Return of Wolverine. Going through also, I picked up a Valiant title. This is Ninjak, issue number 1. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it's got a really cool foil cover to it. Very 90s, early 90s Valiant book. I had seen some of these actually at Second and Charles, but they were higher issues, like in the teens, like 14 or 18, something like that. And I didn't want to grab those until I got some of the earlier issues. So sure enough, they had some of the early ones at my comic shop. So I got issues 1, 2, 3, and then I grabbed issue 4 and 5. So the first 5 issues of Ninjak, it's Valiant Comics. They're not worth a whole lot, but just cool to have. There is a card in here, and it's actually still in the comic, so that was pretty neat. Alright, let me clear these. So following that, I took another trip to Second and Charles to dig through their cheap bins, and sticking with Valiant, I did get another Turok Dinosaur Hunter, issue 2 and 3. I do have issue 1 from back when I was a kid that I picked up originally when it came out. Never got any more of them, so they had 2 and 3 for a couple bucks. That's what I paid for those. I think maybe $1 or $2 for each of them. I did find a Bloodshot number 1, which was pretty cool. This one, I think I paid $6 or $7 for this one. But again, it's got kind of that foil cover on there, which is pretty neat, and it's cool to find that one. All of these other books that I got, I paid between $1 and $3 for these, including the Turoks. So I got Nomad, issue number 3, ex-Bucky versus ex-Captain America. There he is fighting U.S. agent. I found an X-Force issue 31 featuring Black Tom and Siren. Wolverine issue 101. Just kind of filling in some gaps on my Wolverine run, like $1 or $2. And then I found some Image issues, Cyberforce number 10 that I picked up. Bloodstrike number 3. I believe I'd found 1 and 2 not too long ago, so I found 3. Shadowhawk number 4. There's that Image crossover with Savage Dragon. Gen 13 number 7. That one's a little beat up on the back side. I believe it had a crease on the back cover. So, but again, it was $1 for that one. Not too bad. I found Trencher number 1 over there a few weeks back, or a few days, I guess. I lose track of time. But this was number 2 and number 3 that I picked up as well. Very unique artwork. And you can see they switched to the normal Image logo here. They were kind of doing stylized on the first 2 issues. But also featuring another crossover with Supreme in that one. And then one I'd never heard of before, but the title got me, so I picked it up. This is from Source Point Press, issue 1 of 4, Samurai Grandpa. I'll put him right there. Yeah, never heard of it, but I had to pick it up just solely on the title alone. And then last but not least, I've been wanting to get into this title. This is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I believe it's the current ongoing series. I've been wanting to jump into it at some point, but there's just so many issues I kind of don't know where to start. I found this one for, I think, $2. So this is issue 124. I figured, what the heck, this is as good a place as any, I guess. As it turns out, this is a silent issue, so that was kind of neat that I just randomly stumbled across that. But yeah, issue 124 for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'll probably start picking up some issues around there and start some sort of run at some point with those from there. Alright, that's it for today. Kind of a shorter haul, but you know, we'll see what comes out next week. Thanks for watching. Collect what you love. I'll catch you later.